Let's give a big round of applause to actor Sal Sirchia.
Nice.
Thank you.
Sally,
What's up, brother?
how are
Sally,
you, buddy?
feel
You get
good.
the introduction.
Hi, yeah, I get the bell, yeah.
What's going on, brother?
I'm hanging loose like a long-haired goose, as usual, you know. Finally, a little dying there, but, you know.
Yeah, we finally got you here after a year.
I know, we've been trying to do this for a long time,
planning, right?
Months and months, and I used to always say, I said, Mike, I said, you're booked for like months.
Yeah, well, that's how
I
you
said,
do it.
We just got to do it. And I said, you know, even if Hollywood calls, I say, I can't, I got to be on the Johnny P show. That's all.
People don't realize it. I'm like months in advance. When I first started, I would get a shoemaker on the show just to fill up the spots. But thank God.
Yeah, we were trying for a long time.
Thank God we have a good bookings now. So now listen, Sal, you've been doing a lot of things for years. You also know a lot of the same actors that we all know. What got you into the business and how long have you been in it?
Got into acting?
Yes.
Okay, I got into acting in 2001.
Really?
Yeah, I started acting late. Well, you know, because I was always in the music business.
That's right.
first. You know, I was played, trying to get a record deal. And before I got into acting because I was too old to get a record deal. So 40 years old, the record company say, what? Yeah, you think you can last one song on stage? You know, so I said, all right, well, what do I do? It's like 40 years old. I played like 5,000 shows. I played the China Club. We were the first band to play the Limelight back in 1986. Opened the doors for all those hard rock bands that were dying to play the Limelight. So I pat myself on the back for that one.
Why don't you say some of the names of the bands that you played? Why don't you start with the music?
Band? Oh, okay. My band was Crystal Eyes.
Okay.
And I had that band from like, we played at CBGB's in 1979. Matter of fact, bands like the Police weren't even signed yet. The Go-Go's playing on the same nights. I was playing the Ramones.
Right.
I used to hang out with Joey Ramone all the time back in the old days. And I played, every club, China Club I played the China Club, the old China Club. And in the audience, the China Club was like, if there was 200 people hanging out, 150 of them were celebrities. I mean, I was on the stage playing, you had Howard Stern sitting over there.
Bruce Willis.
Wow.
Bruce Willis would get behind the bar and start making drinks because, that's what he used to do at Danceteria. Danceteria, who was a bartender, and I was even hanging out in Danceteria back in the old days. And you had people like Madonna, giving out her tape, trying to get a deal. Please listen to my tape.
Yep.
And Boy George was a star already. And Madonna went up to him, and Boy George went. Then a few years later, Madonna was the biggest star.
Oh, yeah.
And Boy George went up to Madonna, and Madonna said, so what comes around goes around.
No, that's
be good to the ones on the way up.
You never know. There's a star in the audience here. You don't know who the next star is going to be.
Christopher Piccone is going to probably be the next Steven Spielberg.
I was just going to say, maybe Ron Howard.
I mean, yeah. You never know.
He'll be the first director to get his head in a vice, right?
Right. We're all human. Nobody's better than nobody. Man, we're all just passing through and just do the best that we can.
Now you're in the acting.
Right. So now I got into acting in 2001. I auditioned for a casting agent, and they put me on Oz as an extra.
Well,
I never heard of it, HBO, right? And I ended up on Oz. I worked one day as an extra, and I talked to Tommy Fontana and all these guys to become friends with everybody. So they put me on the show. After that, I ended up being on the show every day for the next 3 seasons.
My co-host has a question or two for you.
Well, they're all saying my questions. This happens quite often, but I was going to let everybody know that you're actually on Oz for seasons 4, 5, and 6, playing an Italian inmate. So that must have been pretty cool.
Now, was it a principal part, or did you get the principal? How does that work?
No, principal part is if you speak.
Yeah.
I didn't speak on Oz, but I was. See, Oz was a show where you had the prisoners. It's not like if you work as a. What happens is, extra and featured extra is two different things. Featured is where you have to work now every day because you're part of the crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they see you just like if you're watching a show like Friends and you see the bartender in that club, that place they always go to. They always go there. So that bartender has to be there all the time.
Right.
But some people are just sitting on the chairs, one day's work and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I became one of the Italians. So now I had to work every day. So I mean, I was getting close.
But your face was all over it.
They loved me. They loved me. That's
thing.
because they used to say, when you're doing featured work, they say, they place you. So they say to me, Sal, where do you belong? I said, wherever the camera is, that's where I belong. So I said, good, go ahead, place yourself. So I made sure I was in front of the camera all the time.
Very
That's
cool.
great.
What other films have you done?
Okay, after Oz finished, which was a drag, I got into a movie called Coalition.
Yeah.
I played Frank Vincent's right-hand man.
And who else was in that?
Chuck Zito.
That was great.
Michael Wright. Raekwon from the Wu-Tang Clan. He's one of the main stars.
Oh, wow.
Now listen, you're a real good friend of William Forsythe, famous actor. I love the way he acts. I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of years ago, and I'm friendly with him now. But you're on a personal level.
Well, I just got him. Speaking of what I'm just talking about, I just got him in the movie Jesse that I just did, and a lot of people are in that. Amanda Sante.
Yeah, talk about that.
And matter of fact, they called me yesterday. They want Eric Roberts, and I just called Eric Roberts, and I think he may be in as well.
Really?
So, they got casting directors for these movies, and I'm getting all the big actors for them. Casting directors getting paid.
You got to start charging. Say, listen, I need 10% for this phone call. That's it. Kidding me?
But the Lord above sees everything. It's like, you see people like Angelina Jolie. They donate $10 million to some cause, and then they get called for a movie for $30 million. So no matter, when you give, bigger things will come to you. So
of course.
No matter how many times I help people out and they don't help me out, I don't ask for nothing. I'm not asking nobody for anything. You just want, if you figure you get them in the movie, they call you up and say, Sal, we got a part for you too. No, nobody calls.
Listen, sometimes you help somebody out and then they complain when you can't get them another thing, So now listen, you brought a Roland.
Yeah, actually,
right?
Yeah. The Roland actually, it's not a scene from the movie, but there's a bunch of scenes from Knock Knock, a Coalition. I'm the star of Knock Knock, the horror movie, Island Lionsgate. But I put the first thing, because being you love William Forsythe, I had to put a little me and him behind the scenes goofing around.
Cool.
So you'll see that first before you see the other stuff.
All right, so cool.
So we'll see that now?
Control room. Why don't we show the audience the Roland?
Brother William Forsythe hates video cameras, but these days people make full-length movies with these video cameras.
This guy is so full of shit.
I am the mayor of rock and roll.
How do you say that in Sicilian?
Ahmed. Yeah.
No way that directly translates.
I know shit. Ahmed.
What is it? Malda?
No.
Malda shit.
Yeah. No, Ahmed.
Right?
Ahmed, right?
Amalda. Well, Amalda is the shit.
Oh, you're freaking
He says full of
Sicilian.
shit. So full of shit is Gino de Malda. Gino means full.
Gino de Malda.
Mean, give me
okay.
What is the preposition? I don't know.
Oh, girl.
Oh, Carlo, I don't believe this. Look what the wind just blowing. Hey, Vinny, what's buddy? You look good. What brings you back to the neighborhood?
Oh, you lost a few pounds, Victorio.
I told you, Carlo, see? Best diet in the world. You know what it's called? Called stress. 4 kids now, youngest one, Mr. Fashion It's driving me fucking crazy.
Ming, 4 kids. You still got a little jump in that step of yours, huh?
See you on the way out, Vin. Oh, Tony Pro, how you doing? Listen, give me 3 slices of pizza. Let me have 1 cold now, heat me 2 to go. Mom's got dinner early time. Uncle Ignacio is coming over. Oh, Tony, thanks.
What make you bag of donuts? You look like you lost some weight.
Imagine that.
Oh, Sal, give me a fucking break. I just got back from his doctor, about my weight. He thinks I got a glandular problem. Imagine that. Everybody just thinks I eat too fucking much.
Good stuff.
That's funny. Now the one with Frank Vincent, what was that?
Coalition.
That's when you gave me the copy.
I made you a copy.
Thank you very much. Now listen, why don't you tell everybody on View the Audience your website, your Facebook, blah, blah, blah.
I have a Facebook. Oh, yes. Do I have a website? Yeah, there's a million things there. Well, you could Google me. I got a Facebook page. I got 2 MySpace pages.
Sal Sirchia,
yeah, Sal
by the
Sirchia.
way.
That's my name, Sal Sirchia. And I have, what else? There's a bunch of, you could just Google me. There's a million things on there. There's 20,000 things on YouTube.
America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted. now we got to get this piece here on YouTube. When are we going to get it up there?
It'll be up next month.
Yeah, baby.
$50.
$50? That's all? That's cheap.
But for you, for free.
I spent more for that years ago.
Listen, everybody, let's give it up for Sal Sirchia. Sal, thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Have a seat.
So I'm staying there? Okay, I'm hanging.